off game 4. And Southern will begin it. And batting leadoff for them, KAYLEE WALTHORN. And the freshman dropping 8.
You can tell by her body language at the beginning there, she really didn't like that shot.
Collegiate bowling, Carolyn uses the Baker system. For those not familiar with it, give us kind of the bullet points of it.
The Baker system right here, what you will witness today, is the absolute epitome of team chemistry, team bowling. You get 2 shots during the game. It's make or break.
Here's Tiffany Clark, the sophomore from Joliet, Illinois. Little left of the head pin.
Seems like she probably missed her target just a little bit to the left. The lanes look like they're hooking from inside.
And trying to pick up the first mark of this 4th game for either school. Curves on in there for the spare. So you won 2 national titles in college?
Yes, I did. Years are not important, but yes, I did win 2 national championships. And one of the keys to winning a national championship is when you make a bad shot, going back and discussing it with your team.
That's Cassandra LACOUR, the junior from Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Might be a little early jitters here for the teams. Not really hitting the pocket yet. This is where your team chemistry will come into play, discussing, you know, what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong.
First mark here for the Jaguars. And something you don't see on the PBA tour all the time is the team cheering in the background. It's kind of nice.
Team cheering, the high-fiving, the chants. No, we hear that from the crowd for favorite players, but definitely probably not for your opponents.
It can be a little lonely on the pro tour, can't it?
Yes, it can.
Finds the pocket, but leaves one standing.
Our lone lefty here, first one to hit the pocket, leaving the 6th pin.
Junior accounting major gets it to kick just in time. So 2 spares for A&M. DENEESHA Foster, the senior from Atlanta, steps up in the 3rd for Southern, working off a spare.
Nobody really looking comfortable out there yet. Key to make the spare, though. Go back, discuss what you're doing, and have the next team player get up there and make a good shot.
Leaves the 1, 2, 4, 8. At least they're all kind of congested together, making the spare pick up a little bit easier.
It's nice to have that moral support in the back, because knowing that you made a bad shot, you're already down on yourself a little bit. Nice to have the team back there to pick you up.
Second spare of this 4th game for Southern. Now NICKKI McClinton from Chicago steps up for the Lady Bulldogs. Again, we're seeing a lot of left of the head pin.
Seems like the ball, when you get it to the left, it hooks, goes Brooklyn, and when you throw it to the right, there's that little bit of hang out there and the ball's not hooking up. So there's got to be somewhere in between. We're either going to move right of it or left of it.
And well off target was Cassandra Shivers. And, you know, this is a 1st to 4, best of 7 series. So obviously a lot of bowling going on in these lanes. The adjustment has to be almost continuous.
All the time. You're always talking to your teammates to see, like I said, what's working, what's not. Because the lanes are always changing. You have 5 people bowling. You have 10 on a pair. So there's a lot of transition going on.
Karen Couvillon, the head coach for Southern, as she gets set to watch Cassandra Shivers in her 2nd attempt. Takes down the 10 pin in the 4th. So 3 consecutive spares now for the Jaguars. Alex McIntyre from Wisconsin. Perfect pocket hit, first strike of this fourth game.
Much better. And let me tell you, with a shot like that, after having a few bad shots, that's what really gets the team going and pumps you up, is that, hey, look, I made the adjustment, it's going to work.
And we take a look at our Star Watch right now, and we focus on the two anchors of these two teams, and both of them with all conference credentials. And this is Vanessa Caldwell stepping up here in the fifth for Southern. Alex McIntyre enjoying that strike. Caldwell from Evansville, Indiana, just a sophomore, a youngster to be holding down that anchor spot.
A lot of pressure, especially at, you know, that young of an age. It's amazing to see her there.
Oh boy, big four here.
That really didn't look that bad of a shot off her hand. She somewhat liked it, but leaves the big four.
And the attitude here is just try and pick up two of them?
Always, especially in team competition, always get count. No matter what you leave, always try to get count, because it always becomes so critical.
So she walks away with an 8, and now 68 total for Southern. I love the singing and the chanting in the background from the Lady Bulldogs.
I'm trying to listen to what they're saying. I get engrossed in it.
Yeah, it's like the English soccer chant. I'm like, I don't know what it is, but it's pretty funny and demeaning at the same time. Here's Whitney Smith, the anchor for A&M. Right through the nose.
I would say they're playing the lanes correctly. They've moved in just a little bit. Still missing a little left. Probably need to throw it a little bit harder, or maybe even move a little more left on the lane and play between that second and third arrow. What I do like is a lot of the girls are using a spare ball.
And I like the skull in the bowling ball look right here. Very uncollegiate.
It's going to scare down the pins just in case she doesn't make it.
I got to hunt me down one of those. Great pickup for Smith, and A&M with a 19-pin lead here in game 4, and A&M trying to even up this first of 4 series at 2 apiece. We welcome you back to ESPNU's continuing coverage of the SWAC Women's Bowling Tournament Championship alongside 20-time tour titleist Carolyn Doran-Ballard. I'm Rob Stone, and we continue our coverage here in game 4. KAYLEE Walthorn up for Southern. A 10-pin refusing to go down.
It's got a partner this time too, I think. 6'10", wobbling just a little bit there. Still going a little bit high. I don't know if it's jitters or, I mean, I think they really need to be moving just a little bit further left, throwing it just a little bit harder, because there's definitely enough hook on the lane.
A little slip, but she was still able to pick up the mark. Here's Tiffany Clark. Opened up this match for A&M with a 9 spare.
Going just a little bit light. She lost her footing at the foul line, so she wasn't real solid throughout the shot. You'll see here on the replay, her foot slips just a little bit. She falls off balance. She's checking the approach now. That obviously has something to do with how the ball came off your hand to make that shot.
Footwork, one of those underappreciated elements in this sport.
Bowling is all about the legs and leverage. You don't get your power from your arm, it's from your legs, and that's what creates great leverage.
And misses the spare opportunity. So a big open frame in the 6th.
The other team getting their
That's right.
getting their next teammate up ready to bowl.
This is not a cheer competition. This is bowling. And a big opening and potential here for Southern.
Great shot.